Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I would like to present a Skoda Superb to you from 2015 with a 2-liter TDI engine with 190 horsepower. The car is in the Style trim and it's equipped with the 6-speed DSG transmission and the 4x4 all-wheel drive system. It's also equipped with the rough road and terrain package, which gives it a raise of like 15 mm compared to the standard model, and you can see that the ride height is a bit higher than it would normally be. It's interesting because by this time they were able to do a masking effect on the xenon headlamps, which is now quite standard on the LED headlights, but this was a more complicated solution with the xenon. The car is also equipped with the adaptive cruise control system, for which the radar is hidden behind that cover, and it's working up to 160 kph. And there was another kind, a more expensive one, which was working up to 210 kph, but for the Swiss roads 160 is more than enough. If we come around to the side of the vehicle, we can see the chrome accenting around the windows, as well as the roof rails, and now the Thule wings are installed, which are basically the mounting base for the different Thule accessories. It can be a ski rack, or it can be a big roof box, which can be up to like 500 liters. The car is also equipped with 17-inch wheels for the winter time, with 215, 55, 17 Bridgestone tires. Since we are here at the back, we can check out the part the model is most famous for, which is the rear seating. But first of all, we can take a look at the door panel, which is simple, but it's got a huge pocket here, which is carpeted, so nothing is rattling here. It's got the window switch. It's a nice kind of aluminum accenting. And now we can turn our attention to the rear passengers area, which is huge, with a generous amount of legroom and a bunch of nice features that I will show you in just a second. It's got a 3-zone climate control with a 3rd zone dedicated to the rear passengers, as well as heated seats for both sides. And below that there is a cover, which hides 3 outlets, one for 230 volts, another for 12 volts, and a USB on the right side. The passenger seat can also be adjusted from here, so if you find yourself in the unlikely situation that you feel cramped or feel that you don't have enough legroom, you can adjust it from here. Or if you just want to mess around with the front occupant, you can do it, and you can also recline the seat. If we look up, we can take a look at the huge sunroof. Now I'll move the shade. And in the meantime, I'll show you there is also a coat hook here and an individual light for each side that can be switched on here, as well as another coat hook, plus the handlebar, and it's almost fully open now. So the sunroof itself is more than 120 centimeters long. Now I cannot open the sunroof because of the Thule being over there, but the front part, starting from here to the front, it can be opened up, so it gives you a huge opening, which can be nice if you want to have some fresh air. There is also a wide armrest with double cup holders here, plus a holder for a pen. And the rear seats can be folded from here, as well as from the trunk that I will show you as well. And additionally, there is an opening. You can open up like this, and it's perfect for longer items. And if you don't need it, you just fold it back and everything disappears. There are also 3 seat pockets, 2 of them being the standard seat back pockets as in basically every other car, and there is a 3rd one here for smaller items. So all in all, I would say there are a lot of practical features in the back. And now let's check out the front. The door panel in the front is really similar to the one in the rear, except for 2 differences. One is being the umbrella, the factory umbrella, which can be hidden in this opening, and you can pull it out just like this. And when you finished using it, you can put it back. And the other difference is the speaker grill for the Canton sound system, which in this case means a 610 watt amplifier and 12 speakers. This speaker grill is actually fake, so the real ones are this one, the one in the middle, and the one down here, but this one is fake. This is working in the rear door, but not in the front. As the car is fully loaded, it's probably no surprise that the seat is adjusted electrically, and it's also got the memory feature here, as well as the electric lumbar support, which can be adjusted in and out and up and down. This car is still equipped with the analog instrument cluster, which is a huge plus in my opinion, because it's nothing fancy, but it's working just fine, and you can display a lot of different data if you want. For example, trip and engine data. Here you can see the actual speed, which is 0 at the moment, of course, but you can change it to oil temperature or the instantaneous consumption or average consumption. Don't look at that now because I've been filming for more than an hour, and that's why it's actually that high. Normally it's around 6, and range AdBlue range. So basically anything you want, you can display here, as well as the different assistance systems, the navigation or the audio that you're actually listening to, or you can just control the phone from here. At the top it gives you a reading of the time, the compass, and the status of the automatic stop-start system. The car is equipped with a then top-of-the-line Columbus infotainment system, which besides the radio has DAB, digital audio broadcast, and it can be hooked up to a lot of media sources, including CD, SD card, Bluetooth audio, even a Wi-Fi system, or a 3.5mm jack, and it can be also connected to Android Auto or CarPlay via a USB adapter. Besides a lot of media sources, you can also access the voice command from here, change to navigation, access the traffic information if it's available, check the status of your car, or you can also just click the menu button to check out all the features which are basically listed here, plus some additional features like the Smart Link, which is for the phone connection, but it's the standard stuff as well, so like radio, media, plus you get an image viewer, which feels like totally useless in a car, but you get that anyway. The unit is also equipped with a proximity sensor, so if you move your hand closer, it will display the name of the menus in the last row. And of course, let's not forget about the volume knob, which has the power symbol turning as you turn the knob, and for some reason Volkswagen was unable to sort it out for like 15 years. Anyway, let's check out the climate control here, which is designed in a way like every climate control should be. So it has rotary knobs for the temperature selection for both sides, as well as the third rotary knob for the fan speed. One touch automatic. There is a sync button if you want to synchronize the temperatures for all three zones. Seat heating, the different zones, and recirculation button. It's not just heating, it's ventilation as well, as you can see it from the bottom. So if you click it, it will pop the menu up. So now it's heating. You can adjust it from here or from here with the button, or you can select both heating and ventilation at the same time, and then it will display in blue and red so that you know that both functions are working at the same time. And it's also got a sort of memory, so let's say you are hot now and you switch off the heated seats. So next time you switch it on, so now you switch it off with the ventilation being the last one to switch off. And now if you switch it on again, then it will remember that it was the ventilation, so it starts with ventilation. But if you click heating, now it's turning into heating. So if you switch it on again and you click the button, it will remember that the last time it was heating and will start with heating instead of ventilation. So that's quite a clever system. Below the climate control, there is a smaller storage area here, which could be the ashtray if the car was equipped with the smoker's package, but it's not. So it has the 12-volt outlet and the USB for the Android Auto and CarPlay connection. And it slides back automatically. Near the shifter, there are the various buttons for turning the ESP, the electronic stability control, off, different drive mode selections like Eco, Normal, Sport, or Individual, the button for the automatic stop-start. On the right side, there are the buttons for the automatic parking, the parking sensors, and the button to open the trunk. Behind the shifter, there are three additional buttons. The one on the left is the automatic hold function, so that you don't have to keep your foot on the brake when you come to a stop. This is the electronic handbrake, and this is the central locking. Behind this, there is a cover for the cup holders. There are actually two cup holders, and in the center there are these 5 dots, which help you with the bottles. So if you have a bottle here, it will just lock it in place and you can twist it open with one hand. Between the front occupants, there is a long armrest, which can be opened up incrementally. So if you want to set it to a higher position, you just open it partially and then you just wait until it clicks. There are 6 different detents to it. And I'm not sure if I would want to rest my hand or my whole arm in here, but maybe you can do that if you want. Or you can open it up fully and then see that there is a light here, as well as air conditioning, so you can keep your drinks cool. And also in the bottom, there's a hidden storage here for items that you never want to find later. Maybe a phone or something, some pens or stuff like that can slip in here easily. This is a standard steering wheel that can be found in a lot of Skoda and other Volkswagen Group models, and it's including the shift pads here, which are actually quite nice to use. And also on the steering column you can find the stalk for the adaptive cruise control, As the cruise control is off now, it's showing the odometer with the kilometers. But if you want to switch it on, you just pull the stalk back to yourself, basically. And then it's showing the set value, which is nothing at the moment because we didn't set it up. But if you start to move the stalk up and down, it will show you the speed that you actually selected. And as I was mentioning before, this one can be set up to 160 kph. That's the maximum. You cannot go any higher. There was another option, which was a more expensive extra, can be set up to 210 kph. On the right side of the steering wheel, the engine start and stop button is located, which gives the hint that the base model would be operated with a traditional key. On the left side, there is also a storage area for the driver, located below the light switch. In front of the front passenger, there is the glove box, which is not the biggest, but at least it's also cooled, just as the central armrest, plus it houses a lot of media connections. If we look to the ceiling, we can find the auto-dimming rear view mirror, as well as the light panel, which can be operated with these switches. This is like a reading light for the passenger. This is to turn on the rear lights. And this one is if you don't want to turn the lights on when the doors are open. And here is the shade again for the sunroof. And this is the actual button for the sunroof, which I cannot open due to the bar mounted on the roof. There are also sun visors with built-in mirrors and lights for both sides. We can now take a look at the trunk, which is of course ridiculously big, and probably can see there is the shade over there with the handle. And if you open the trunk up, which is electric of course, it will move forward to like a middle position, and if you press on it one more time, then it will slide to the front, revealing the whole cargo area, which is of course practical. It's got a lot of hooks here. The seats can be folded down by pulling on the steps, and the subwoofer is behind this cover. On the right side, behind the same sort of cover, there is another storage area. And this is the standard floor, but you can put it like one tier below. So if you pull it up, you can either fold it up like this, revealing about 10 centimeters of extra space. And below that, there's the space for the spare tire. This car is equipped with the tire repair kit, but it could be had with the spare tire as well. And if you pull on this cover, the whole cover could be set to the lower floor actually, like this. And then you got the extra space in one bit, so it's not divided up with the different floors. Also, the car has a retractable tow hook. It's really easy to use. You just have to reach in behind here. You pull up this cover, and then it slides open. And to fold it back, you have to do the same again. So you just pull it up. Now it's red because it's unlocked. And you just fold it in. Just like this. To close the shade, you have to pull it back manually. And of course, the trunk lid is electric, so you just click this button and it will close automatically. To conclude our video, let's check out the engine compartment, which can be opened up from the usual location. You just pull in this handle, and then here in the middle, you can twist this part and then lift the hood up. The opening for the windscreen washer tank is really conveniently located. Here is the battery, made by Mercedes. But the main attraction here, that even after 10 years, there is basically factory condition everywhere. It's got a nice insulation in the hood, and everything looks to be in order. So to conclude our video, thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys around next time. And until then, take care. Bye-bye. Ciao.